All right. Maria, you have the slides? There we go. Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to 1 Million Cups. Here we are at 9:02 on Wednesday, ready for another exciting meeting. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. Next one, Maria. All right, everybody. So 1 Million Cups, we were established by the Kauffman Foundation, which works with entrepreneurs to really help in education, providing opportunities to allow people to learn and then take risks for their own success. If you think about it, entrepreneurship really guides and drives our country's economics. We're both a national and local mission. We've got over 120 chapters across the country, and we have some key pillars in how we run meetings and how the meetings are really established. We're presentations, we're not pitches. So if you're looking for money, well, this is not the place for you. But for good ideas, certainly this is the place. We're about authentic connections. This is not networking. If you're looking to find people to help, this is the place. We're run for the community and by the community, and we are also radically and intentionally inclusive. All right, so this morning, I think we've got any visitors this morning. If you would raise your hand, provide your name, your company name, and then how you heard about us. Anybody new?
Laura is new.
Ah,
Laura, go ahead.
go ahead, Laura.
Although you're unmuted, we don't hear you. Let's come back to
We'll come
you.
back to Laura.
Jennifer Rose, I know you're not new, but you
But
are new to a lot of people here. Maybe you would like to
Sure.
introduce yourself?
please.
I almost joked and said I should sign in as a visitor. Good morning, everyone. I'm Jennifer Rose. I'm the executive director of the Central Fairfax Chamber of Commerce.
Awesome. And we'll hear from Jennifer again in a minute. That it? Anybody else? No? All right. Good, and we'll catch up with Laura. All right, everybody, please grab your phones and check in. You scan that QR code. Our goal here is to increase our attendance. It helps provide us with the information. So Kauffman Foundation will continue to provide us swag and support. So anything we can do as far as increasing our numbers is great. And I think we can see we are, I think, going in the right direction. But if you would help us do that and scan that QR code and register. And you will see that again on the next couple of slides as well. All right, this doesn't happen by accident. We have a group of organizers. We meet on Mondays, and if you have interest in participating and being an organizer, we'd love to have you. Again, scan the QR code to check in, and then also Jennifer, you want to touch base or let us know about Central Fairfax Chamber?
Sure, happy to do so. Good morning again, everyone. For nearly 70 years, the Central Fairfax Chamber of Commerce has been working to support the small business communities of the city of Fairfax and its suburbs. How do we do that, you ask? We offer connection, protection, and strength to businesses by offering networking opportunities, education, marketing assistance, advocacy, and some cost savings programs. There's a lot of chambers in the area. If you're not involved with one of your local chambers, you probably should be. I'm always happy to do one-to-ones with folks to help them understand the lay of the land.
Awesome. Thank you, Jennifer, for your continued support. With that, we have a location sponsor and coffee sponsor. And Jen, do you want to tell us about the George Mason Enterprise Center?
Sure thing. Welcome, everybody. Good morning. Mason Enterprise Center is our space sponsor. We are very fortunate to be partnering with an incubator. One, it means there's over 100 businesses that operate out of MEC. as virtual members or with office space. What's nice about MEC is it allows you to scale up or down as your business flexes, especially in the DC market with government contracting. That's very important. A unique differentiator about MEC is they also provide free mentorship. They have over 20 mentors across all different areas, whether it's venture capital, HR, finance, you name it, franchise expertise. They have got it. They do have an event coming up June 11th. I'm going to put the information in chat, but they do have regular programming. If you are interested in maybe speaking at MEC, or if you're interested in attending either one, do reach out to Eddie Hill. He can help you understand more about MEC. You can take a tour. And again, next week, when we meet in person and hybrid, we will be at the training room facility for Mason Enterprise Center. So join us in person. If you have been here more than 3 times, you do get some swag. So come and claim your swag. Rose got some last time. She's holding up her 1MillionCups. We'll make it happen for you. We appreciate all your engagement and attendance. But yes, thank you to Mason Enterprise Center. They have been a fantastic partner. With that, I'm going to hand it over to Maria to introduce our coffee sponsor.
Good morning, everybody. I'm here to introduce you to Spark R2. Spark R2 is an AI-powered digital marketing and web solutions company focused on helping healthcare providers and local businesses grow through smarter digital strategies. Their team combines software engineering expertise with AI-driven marketing, SEO, website development, social media management, and digital advertising to help businesses improve visibility, attract customers, and make data-informed marketing decisions. Spark R2 focuses on creating tailored, high-touch solutions to help businesses compete more effectively in today's digital landscape. If you need anything, we can reach out to Sonal.
Great. Thank you, Maria. All right. So how our meetings work. So we're going to get started here in just a minute, and Tom is going to give us a presentation, after which we'll have the opportunity to ask clarifying questions, offer ideas. The only thing we ask is that you keep muted until you're ready to speak. And then also just, we're a positive and friendly environment. So keep, as far as your comments and ideas, that way would be great. And then the other thing is, let's try to keep our questions short and to the point, and then Tom as well, responses, because we want to make sure everybody has the opportunity to speak. And with that, we will go ahead and get started. And today we've got Vista Data Solutions. Tom Naphor is going to be speaking. And so Tom, we're going to let you take it away.
All right, thank you. Can you guys hear me fine? Okay,
Yes.
good. So, good morning, everyone. Tom Naphor, I'm the founder and president of VistAvantage Data Solutions. Our motto is creating visions for better decisions. I was kind of born in the business world into the ERP space. So I've been involved in doing a lot of business transformation efforts for the better part of a quarter of a century. Starting with working with large federal systems integrators, and kind of working my way through to shared services and other digital transformation efforts. And in 2022, if we want to go to the next slide. Oh, the challenge question. Yeah, so so I started in 2022, and I've been running the business, through a bunch of different management consultant, service agreements. I've had about 40 to 50 customers over the past 5 years, and it's been a great success. But my biggest challenge is I really see the market need and the growth opportunities out there in the space of AI consulting. Every person that I speak to sees a gap in their organizational. Everybody sees a gap in their organizational readiness to really embrace some of the consulting or use AI tools to help advance their technology, to increase automation, to make process improvements and drive operational excellence. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to piggyback off of my experience in big ERP transformation, where I've done all this work before to help re-engineer business processes and help train and mentor individuals to deal with the changes of the systems, the technology, the processes that can be the art of the possible with new technology. And I'm gonna use that to create a consultancy arm within my organization for servicing federal, which is my core market space right now, but also some other public and private sector customers in select markets. So my goal is to really look for, if I'm looking for advice on how to make this pivot without really having a major impact on my current customer base. That's the key question. I want to try to figure out what are the best recommendations to go forward so that my current customers continue to see the value that they've been provided to date. So VistAvantage was created in 2022. We were off and running in January. As soon as I launched the business and opened, I had my first services agreement. We've been rolling pretty good through the years. And I'm operating out of Northern Virginia, DC metro area, but 100% virtual organizations, the way I'm organized. Laura Tarnowski, who's also on this call, is my director and it's key advisor for market intelligence. And she's based out of Northern New Jersey. So we actually offer our services nationwide. We feel we have that capability and reach, and we can help any organization as long as they're in the continental US. So the problems that we typically solve is really focusing on business development. We really help small businesses, that's our core target today, build their business development and growth programs to help the companies not only scale their business, but also win new competitive programs. We often find that is a significant gap for the small businesses, especially in the GovCon community. They tend to sub a lot versus prime on contracts and really don't have the art or the resources from that perspective to go after full and open and also prime contracts. So we help them based on our experience, expertise in the industry, and knowledge of federal business development to help them get there. We also bring deep expertise. We're going to help the companies adjust their long-term growth strategies. We can also help with strategic opportunity pipelines, not just finding opportunities, but finding ones that are very well aligned to their capabilities where they are today, as well as where they're planning to go tomorrow. And we also strengthen opportunity pursuits by helping them better position to win, and can also help with proposal development activities. And the third thing that we're focusing on, and this is more of the new stuff that we're going to pivot towards, is we're going to focus on helping companies integrate their business development processes and workflows that they have in place today. And it varies. There's some companies that have a well-established plan. There's others that really don't have much other than where's my spreadsheet and what's my pipeline. So we're going to help them really innovate and help them integrate those processes, leveraging the automation capabilities coming from generative AI, agentic automations, and other innovative tech that's being introduced to the marketplace. It seems like hourly at this point. There's so much out there, and there's so much capability. We've used many of the tools that are in place today, especially ones that have been harmonized for the federal industry, and are in a great position to recommend organizations on how to grow and how to use those tools to quickly put together bids and also be more competitive in the streamlined capture and acquisition life cycles. So from a revenue perspective, we basically do bring in revenue three different ways. We have the core of our business comes through retainer-based service agreements, either directly to VistAvantage or through channel partners. We have a couple of channel partners that we have been working with ever since we opened back in 2022, and they've been pretty good to Vista over the years. We also do project-based hourly services. That's typically billed on a monthly basis, time cards and deliverable-based services, such as like building a pipeline or providing a strategy report or an outbrief on a strategy. And then partner referrals. Another piece of the business, we've been getting involved in that more in the past 2 years than when we first started. And that's typically based on a percentage rate. There'll be an agreement up front in the partner agreement, in the referral agreement. And then as bookings happen, that fee comes in. Next slide. So the value proposition, I kind of went over that first piece already, but basically full lifecycle business development and capture. That's the core of our business, servicing mostly the small business community, some mid-sized companies, and folks that are definitely on the entrepreneurial side. There's a lot of new entrants into the marketplace, and we definitely find ourselves in a sweet spot to help companies when they're starting out. And also focusing on operational excellence for, from a consulting perspective and advisory perspective, and embracing those new technologies to help companies excel and innovate as they move forward. The ideal clients, small to mid-sized federal government contractors today, but in the future, we want to expand that aperture a little bit and focus more on small businesses, but also in some of the private sector markets, as well as a little bit in public sector, like state and local, and maybe universities. And then what do we bring? What's the unique value? We bring the combination of technical vision and understanding of the marketplace, especially as it comes to business systems and business transformation. Been doing it for a long time. Know the marketplace, know the vendors, have an immense network to support the customers and help them find new partners and new solutions. And we're solution focused. So not just BD 101, but we also can help articulate and roll up the sleeves and find what are the next best solutions that we want to add to help a customer differentiate. And then leading to differentiation, it's the understanding, the technical understanding of the solutions, the marketplace, the providers, the footprint, especially in the federal marketplace of ERP and shared services, and what the contracts look like and what the marketplace looks like. We offer strategic thinking from an innovation perspective. We can back it up with data-driven metrics. That's the evidence. And then we can also provide business development best practices based on standards, right? Like capture and business development standards like Shipley models and some of the newer models that are coming out for the rapid acquisitions like OTAs, CSOs, and SBIR programs. And we also offer expertise with the AI, generative AI, the agentic tools, the processes to help those business development programs scale. In our target audience, so the ideal client is the small federal government contractors. In the future, we're like I stated before, we're trying to expand that aperture into small businesses in the public and private sector. The companies and organizations that we can benefit from partnering with us. Basically, the larger business development and growth advisory services companies that are in the marketplace. We can help them as well as we can help some of the innovative technology solution providers that have solution offerings, and we can help them with the implementation and the integration of some of those solutions into everyday business processes. And then the marketing channels that we're currently using, we're just using basic channels at this point. We're going to expand upon this, but for the current time, we're focusing on LinkedIn messaging and posts, and we're updating the company website. As I'm presenting right now, we're going to probably have an updated version live by early June at the latest. And then business-to-business networking events. I find this probably the most impactful and most beneficial for getting an opportunity to interact and engage with some of the key people that would be our target buyers in the marketplace. And then normally following up with tailored email campaigns that are specialized to that person, using some of the AI tools, right, that are available to understand their background and their likes, their dislikes, where they want to go, and really kind of turn from just Gmail mass mailings to basically a full tailored email message that will resonate with the stakeholders. Next slide.
And you have
So the
about 1 minute,
competitor,
just to check in.
oh,
You have about 1 minute left if we can wrap up.
okay, yep, I'm gonna blow through this real quickly. So the competitors, three different types of competitors. One is normally if one of the small businesses or mid-sized businesses is hiring a full-time business development executive, kind of takes my value proposition down. I can still help them, but it's not as valuable as if they had brought somebody on full time. Option number two is the other small business development contractors that are focusing on BD services. And then the third one is the large BD services contractors that are in the marketplace. Um, from any perspective, I think the big value proposition is that Vista offers, the same level of expertise and experience in the marketplace at a lower price. And then how can we leverage the competitors to expand your opportunities? We believe that we can take the consulting services for the federal business development activities that are really relatively new to the marketplace. We feel that we can introduce those solutions that are being introduced to federal contracting and help the customers embrace them. Next slide. And it brings it back to the challenge question.
Thank you so much, Tom, for presenting.
Sure.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Just a quick reminder, although I already see some hands going up, you can raise your hand in the Zoom menu bar. You can also wave frantically. I have everybody's face up on my screen. I'll keep an eye out. John Norris, would you kick off the Q&A and just remember concise questions?
Oh yeah. Hey Tom, I'm curious, why are you transitioning from what sounds to be a successful business into a new market where it doesn't sound like you have any clients? And I'm curious, like, is it because of margins? Is it that your current market is shrinking? I mean, to pivot away and try to do two things, meaning run a current business and then start a new business, you're going to be under stress. Something's not going to get your full attention and it's going to show in performance. So I'm just curious, what's the underlying reasons that you're going to do this?
Yeah, John, that's a great question. So yes, there is some degradation in the overall marketplace in the federal contracting space for small businesses. There are executive movements happening. There's acquisition related strategies that's impacting the marketplace in its size and its reach. And at the same time, the AI consulting is taking off and flourishing. There's so much upside opportunity, and then there's definitely better margins that can come out of it. So that's what's driving one of the pivots. But more importantly, I feel like I can capture a lot of my experience in this area in using these tools and promote that experience and kind of give back to other companies.
But how do you stand out in this new hyper competitive, large margin? People are running to it like bees in a hive. How do you stand out then? Like, it's going to take significant, I imagine, time or capital, which would take you away from your current business.
Yeah, it's gonna take away from my current business. There's no doubt. But I'm gonna work to really kind of make sure that I'm getting more efficient on time management, making sure that I'm allocating the appropriate amount of time, to my current customers. But I probably won't be taking on as many new customers in the core service area that I'm at this point, unless it has AI consulting. So I'm going to try to, tactically grow with some of those current customers as well.
Well, good luck. Thanks.
Thank you.
John Norris always kicking us off with a spear type question that gets right to the heart of the matter. I'm going to go to Nicole Maxwell, and then I'll come back to some of the organizers. Nicole, please.
Yeah, so you started talking and I said, I'm definitely, I've done this. So I know what it feels like. I guess my question to you is, that's a broad group of organizations. So consider niching it down a little bit I used to hate when people told me that because I'm like, no, I can do everything. That's what I can do. And I can. But you have to, like, eventually you'll see what I'm saying. You'll want to, like, actually find that, like, specific niche of people, because it's not just AI consultants, because you'll find that there's a lot that goes underneath that umbrella. And so are you talking the technical AI consultants? Are you talking marketing AI consultants? Are you talking about people who are actually teaching or more in the educational sphere? So you'll want to, like, really figure that out. And that, I think, is a trial basis kind of thing. And then the other thing I will offer is maybe check out platforms like Alignable to help you get through that. Because you can get on sessions like this where you have lots of people with lots of experience, and you'll be able to listen to them and then decide how you can help them from there.
Nicole, that's great advice. Thank you.
And I would love to connect with you also, because I'm in the space. I'm converging out of digital transformation into technical convergence, but I am definitely in AI, and I'm a generative AI leader as of last week. So I'm happy to connect with you.
Awesome. Yeah, let's do that.
Thank you, Nicole. Melinda.
One of the first things I thought of was Salesforce when you started talking. And at first I thought, well, are they a competitor? They're probably not. They may be a really great partner to integrate what you're doing into their whole process and into their systems. And I'll start with that. I've got a whole bunch of great ideas, and I'll just put myself back when it's my turn again, I will go through my list of recommendations. I agree with Nicole, by the way, just as an add-on, because I've noticed how the marketing and the way we do business has all changed because of AI. And it's specifically the business development function, which is where I came out of, which has really taken almost a 360. And I'd like to talk to you about that.
Okay. Thank you,
All
Melinda.
right. Thank you. Let's go to Steve, and then we'll go to Foster. Steven, Rinaldi, let's just make sure you're unmuted.
All right. Tom, good morning, everybody. I have 3 thoughts. My first thought is you might want to interact with a lot of business brokers who deal with the higher end of Main Street acquisitions, meaning $500,000 to about $2 million, or investment bankers who deal with the lower end of middle market, 10 million and below, because the target company or even the acquirer may not have a very well developed business development strategy, if they even have a business development professional at all. And they're now going to have a larger platform. They've got to grow it from there. That's my first thought. My second thought is you might want to get active in the Mid-Atlantic Angel Investors Association, because a lot of companies receiving angel investment and venture capital don't yet have a BD specialist. So once you get networked with the angels and the smaller scale VCs, making $500,000 or $1 million investments, they might recommend you come in as a BD person. And the third thing is, I'm based in Bethesda on the Maryland side. You might want to go to some of Maryland TEDCO's events, because companies receiving TEDCO grants, they generally don't have BD people, and they're going to need them pretty quickly.
Steve, that's great advice.
Those are my
Thank
thoughts.
you. That's great.
Fantastic. Stephen, we will let you go again later for such great insights now. Tom, to follow up on Nicole, just a clarifying question. Can you speak to what is the size of these companies you're going after? Just clarify the niche a teeny bit for us to make us smarter to help you.
Yeah, sure. So typically my target market is companies that are less than $10 million. So they would be in the range of $5 to $10 million. Sometimes I do go a little lower, but at some point they just don't have the funds available to really kind of take on the services. And it's something that takes too long to mature it until we really get to the spot that I can get charged the right amount for my services. So I'd like to kind of stay at a certain standard. So 5 million to 10 million is probably the ideal range, but it can vary.
Perfect.
Especially if it's a new tech startup that may have some venture capital or angel investing money coming in.
Fantastic. John Foster, over to you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jen. Tom, really enjoyed the presentation. Of course, the only thing that comes out of my mouth is LinkedIn.
Mhm.
But you mentioned LinkedIn, but I would say in looking at your profile, I would probably spend a little bit of time there because there's some confusion. So if I look, I'm not sure who Catapult Growth Partners is versus, VistAvantage. And so
Mhm.
there's some confusion there. And so most people are going to go to LinkedIn and look you up. And
Mhm.
so clarity around that and around your messaging, I think would be helpful.
Great advice. Yeah, I'm definitely going to take a look at that. That's probably the next step after we get our website updates together.
Yeah. And if you like some help, feel free to contact me.
Okay.
Be careful, Tom. He charges lots of money for that.
Yeah.
He's gonna make you eat a healthy muffin. No, there you
Yeah.
go. Over to you with John Foster. Thank you, John. Amy.
Yep.
Tom, thank you for the presentation. I come out of the federal consulting world, so this was kind of a throwback for me, which is good. Two things stuck out. One, your comment, innovate and integrate.
Mhm.
Kind of, I like a snappy phrase. It might be something that you want to lean into a little.
Okay.
The other thing I was looking at is, 6 years or 5 years in, you're in a natural timeline for a pivot. So this makes sense if you needed any kind of validation of that, which you probably don't, but it was just a thought in my head. I noticed on the About Us page, and you said you're in the middle of a web redesign, you've got two primaries listed there, but then when I go to services, there's like 8 large buckets of services. And I wonder if
Mhm.
it wouldn't help for your potential clients to maybe make that a bit more specific. We want to be everything to everyone. As consultants, we always want to be everything to everyone. But as a client, the customer's looking for something that speaks to them specifically. So maybe refining that a little bit might be helpful. But great presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Amy.
Rudenberg and then Daryl.
Tom, thank you very much for your presentation and for being an active member of 1MillionCups community, Fairfax. Yeah. So, two strategies to consider. First relates to your product offering. Perhaps there are 3 one or two sentence AI-based offerings that relate to business development and operational excellence that reinforce the niche concept, but what you're selling isn't some broad-based advisory consulting services. Rather, it's product-based services. Then, once those are defined and semi-polished, conduct client planning meetings with current clients. I believe your first 5 to 10 new product-based services should be sold to current clients. That's what
Makes
I
sense. Thanks, John. Yeah.
said.
Thank you, Rudenberg. Daryl, good to have you back.
Hey, thank you. Good morning, everyone. Hey, Tom, great brief, great discussion. I like the bold transition and because there's also time in the market. And I think you have to smartly shift, right, what you're planning to do, but it's also room to evolve and shift, right? Because I mean it's kind of in the lane. Only thing I had and it ties into John's comment, it's probably a good lead in to look even further into it, but the immediate thing I thought about is your previous clients, right? So the 50
Mhm.
so people you worked with are the perfect group, right, to go after. And I guess the additional part I could tell you is kind of deliberately think through that VIP touch, right? That hey guys, I helped you before, here's what I'm doing now. And just wondering, have you started thinking about if not, I would start thinking about specifically for them, how would I package that, right? Because they're different. That's the group they like what you did and you got success from, and
Mhm.
specifically shaping how you pitch them. And then you'll probably get your first wins, but also you'll probably get a whole bunch of feedback, right? That will allow you to almost like how, Microsoft release software. It sucks. They make some changes, then the next version is better,
Yeah.
right? So you get to do that while also probably getting some initial business. But I would probably focus in on designing something special for that group and gaining business, and then also which builds momentum, but also seeing what you need to evolve in that new space because it's going to be new. It's going to be a different feedback point.
Great advice. Thanks, Daryl.
Mhm.
Christine.
Thanks. Yeah, I want to double click on what Daryl said about having your current clients almost as a co-creator with you to some extent in this time. My focus is on communications, and I too have been focused on what is my AI offering. When I launched my business just a couple months ago, everybody said you have to figure out what your AI offering is. And as I have been thinking about that, and as I've been thinking about how do I sell my capabilities in that, it's very difficult, right? Because AI is so new and everybody is experimenting and everybody is trying to figure out how it works. But there are a lot of analogs to other things that I have done in my career. I've seen a lot of technology transformations that were supposed to be job killers in communications. And I have a lot of lessons that I've learned from that I can apply just as much to this time to understand the AI impact and how to leverage AI as a tool. So I offer that just in case there is a similar kind of thing in your work, Tom, that you can say, I have done this kind of work before. This is very transferable to the moment that we are in now with the plus ups of these different factors. And that can offer perhaps the additional viability and credibility to encourage those current clients to say, yeah, I'll be a co-partner with you in this. And, let's figure out how to make something like this work together for mutual benefit.
Christine, thank you. That's great advice.
Melinda.
I want to also double down on low-hanging fruit because that was one of the things I put on my list. But other things I thought about is you might want to come up with a program to certify business development managers in the new AI world. You also might want to write a book on, and maybe I want to collaborate with you on the changing of the function of business development. We might want to get John Rutenberg involved in it too, from the sales point of view. There's just kind of an interesting focus on business development is probably the biggest hit with AI in a lot of ways because companies don't know how to go after business anymore. There are business development trade shows and conferences. You may want to look for those and become a speaker. And I guess that's my list, so I'll put my list in there, and I'd love to help you with other things to do with this kind of stuff.
Thanks, Melinda.
Tom, one of the things I would recommend, I talk to my clients a lot about building your brand before you need it. We're kind of there, although you probably have a teeny bit of space to continue to build a brand in this new market. My question for you is, and I looked at your value proposition, but when it comes to evidence, do you have a clear sense of here's the evidence I would share, whether it's case studies, sort of building on what Christine said? How do you create thought leadership evidence to help influence people to know that you are the expert? So just something to think about. I think I call it the breadcrumb branding strategy. It's very fancy, right? It's just this idea of not everybody's going to be ready to work with you right away. And if they are, that's wonderful. And they could because you're wonderful. But in the meantime, how do we do breadcrumbs to lead them to want to work with you, especially on LinkedIn, doing targeted ads? I agree with John Foster's assessment earlier. Happy to go offline and talk with you more about that. But what's the credibility and evidence? Because I feel like that's a gap right now.
Okay.
Yep.
Thanks, Jen.
Of course. John Rutenberg.
Thank you. So maybe adding to that, I think your messaging, delete the word pivot. You're not pivoting. You're just enhancing your ongoing practice. You're just bringing the latest intellect and technology to your current business, which is a long-standing consulting practice, BD practice, right? This isn't a pivot. This is just where you have to be today in 2026, man. Simple as that. If you're not using AI in our businesses, we're dead meat.
Yeah, that's great. That's a great point, John.
Yeah.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
And Tom, another clarifying question. You're working still with federal, but you're expanding, to John's point, into public and private sector?
Yes.
Okay.
I
think there's
jump back in. I want to jump back in.
Please.
Oh, sure.
Tom, I know you have amazing bandwidth, but your 10 to 25 existing phenomenal relationships who are your initial prospect list, if you will, is going to take you the next 90 to 120 days to penetrate, meet with, and produce 3 or 4 new assignments. And my advice is that's 70% of your business development time. There's a lot of research relating to it, all relating to getting the branding correct, the breadcrumbs, the messaging, ultimately the warm-up of outreach, whatever that is, But 50 businesses, and I'm not referring to, you said 50 clients over the last several years. They may be it, but veteran colleagues, other people in your marketplace who are your first 100 prospects. Researching them through networking, through LinkedIn networking, positioning yourself in LinkedIn, knowing everything about them. So when you're going in with 1 or 3 products that relate to them, it's not a broad-based, I can do everything. It's, wow, when we apply this tool to your BD, you'll be writing proposals in an hour, not 2 weeks.
So I'm going to jump in. We still have some more questions.
Great.
Even though we could all listen to Rudenberg.
No, you're right.
Expound at large. John Norse, piercing short questions.
Oh, wait, it's Norse? Forget about it.
Hey, Tom.
Come on, John.
I'm sure you probably thought about it. I'm just curious. Obviously, you're basically a solopreneur or whatever. Your long-term strategy, whether it's to sell your business, you have a family member getting a business. Did you take that into account in thinking and transitioning to this? Is this going to be something that will allow you to have a higher valuation if you sell or bring partners on? You know what I'm saying? Is that part of this decision, or?
That's a very good question, John. I don't think I've really focused too much on the equation of building up the brand to sell it. I should be thinking about that at this point, but I haven't really put that into the equation. But I do believe that is going to drive a lot of my market analysis about which customers to segment in the private sector and in other markets. Like because I do all that market analysis for customers all the time. So I just need to do the market analysis for myself to figure out where do I want to go, what are the targets, what are the areas that I want to get into, and how do I want to add value to the business. So I think my answer is a lot of that stuff is coming. It's in the plan, but I just haven't been able to get there yet.
Yeah, my advice is to come up with that answer.
Okay.
It's going to shape your decisions. So if you're going to sell the business someday, how you invest in the business or manage the finances is going to dictate around selling it someday. If you're going to let it just, retire with you one day, well, those are a whole different set of decisions. But it is, every business I've started, I've always at the onset decided I'm going to own this, I'm going to sell this, I'm going to operate it. I mean, and that shapes your decisions. That's something you should determine.
That's great advice. Thank you, John.
Excellent, John Norse. Thank you for that. Tom, what is an unfair competitive advantage that your expertise in the federal space brings to the commercial sort of public-private sector?
Yeah, so I think it's the structure of kind of working for over the years, working for top tier federal systems integrators, CMMI level 5 companies that have mature processes and standards. I've been there. I've worked with some of the largest, most complex engineering companies on the planet, and held prominent roles in those organizations, helping them win up to billion-dollar programs. So I think like that perspective is, it's going to be something that's really going to help companies add structure, add standards, and really kind of work on refining their overall operations.
And is that a specific distinct service offering?
I don't think it is a distinct service offering that would fit into the area of operational excellence. But I think I need to refine that a little further. So that's a great question, Jen.
Because you could be helping private sector companies go into federal contracting if you've got this expertise and they're trying to expand, or some other company that's new and a startup like we talked about earlier. So just something to think about.
Okay,
we have
great.
a few more minutes. Any other questions or comments?
Melinda's hand is up, Joe.
Yep, I see. I'm just seeing if there's any other people who are not organizers. I find sometimes our presenters have complicated business models. So if you want to ask a clarifying question, there's no bad question. If you have an idea, please feel free to drop it in chat. If you're feeling shy, not a problem. Melinda, go ahead.
My husband spent a lot of time with PAE, Pacific Architects and Engineers, and that's the perfect kind of company that's going after government business to go after. They're not the huge size. They're now part of Lockheed. Well, they were part of Lockheed. They're now part of a New Jersey company. But even Lockheed Martin, those are really great organizations, as you just described to Jen, that they are really focused on the business development, and Jen also acknowledged, because they really want to get more out of the government and they're going after each other. And the more that they can do with AI and research, and the reason it's for them, I think those are your big fish in the tank that, it may take you a couple of years to get one of them, but start your net now, and look at what they're doing, what they're not doing, if they're using AI. Maybe even do some focus groups with some business development people in some of these organizations and find out what they're doing and what they'd like to do, and maybe vision type stuff of how you might be able to help them. That might be and maybe keep it to 3 or 4 people. Maybe do it with companies individually and say you'd like to offer them a focus group, but where you'll share your findings and help them with it a little bit, and use that as a lure to bring in your big fish.
I like that. Thanks, Melinda.
Tom, I'm going to guess this holds true for federal companies, but in my experience, for CEOs or the decision makers I think you're trying to get in front of, they're not a typical networking things when you're talking about 5-10 million in revenue or more. So I might think about, could you partner with CPA firms, law firms, to do talks or presentations that would benefit their clients in the federal space, or benefit their clients considering expanding their business? CPAs, lawyers, etc., would know what a CEO is thinking about doing with their business. So just a thought. Not that I'm nominating Rose, our CPA in the room, but I would think about who could be those trust partners that bring you in. All right.
Great advice. Thanks, Jen.
Of course. You're so nice to all of us, whether it's a good idea or a crazy idea. You're like, that's great. We love that in our
I love the ideas. Lots of it got me thinking about a lot of things. So that's fantastic.
Well, good.
And it's okay. We know you're going to come off the call and say, oh my God.
Who convinced me to do this? No, we're thrilled to have you here. Thank you so much. We're going to have the slides pop back up on the screen. Tom, as you know, we have a question we ask our presenters. What else can our 1 Million Cups community help you with today?
I think 1 Million Cups has helped me enormously through this interactive forum. I just look forward to working in future sessions with the group, because I like the ideas that are coming. So, I don't think there's anything that you can do to help me more today. at this point, but I look forward to the future.
Well, thank you for that, Tom. I'm
Right.
gonna hand it back over to John Foster.
Great. Thank you, Tom. All right, next week. Next week, this presenter, it could be you. And as you can see from here, and Jen, did I get that right? I meant to go back and check on that.
Tiffany Hall is presenting next week in person.
Right.
So
That's
super
all right.
excited.
Wonderful. So we'll look forward to hearing from Tiffany next week. And you know what you saw today was an example. We're fun, easy to get along with. And so, really take the stress out of this. And if you're looking for feedback, want help in expanding your network, we are here. So look forward to hearing from people as far as the opportunity to present. You can scan that QR code at the bottom if you want to go ahead and apply right now. So take advantage of that QR code. Next slide, please. All right, there are a number of events, upcoming events, and we will also provide these in chat. We've got the Mason, something come up in the Mason Enterprise Center on June 11th. And then we've got on Thursday morning, the Network Alliance, the BNI group. Talk to Jen Dalton about that. And Veterans Going America also meets every week. So with that, there are a bunch of opportunities to network. Please take advantage of those. And then also you've got that QR code at the bottom to take advantage of as well for additional events. All right, our presenter schedule. So we've got some openings on June 17th. Next week, we have our hybrid meeting with Tiffany Hall. So if you are interested, we've got openings starting in July. So please take advantage of those. You can scan and apply over on the right-hand side. And we've got a number of people coming up who've got applications in review. So if you'd like to add your name to that list, please go ahead and scan that QR code. And with that, we can always use your help to let other people know about the events. The QR code at the bottom will give you a link to all of those, give you all those links. So take advantage of those. And it is, we will look forward to seeing you all back next week. Bring a friend. Also, we are hybrid next week, so we'll be at the George Mason Enterprise Center. So we are live. Would love to see you there. Always a great opportunity to meet in person.